Hey guys, it's your boy Mr. Luke M. Brooks. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going ahead and gonna record a lot of stuff that's on my mind here because I've been seeing a lot of folks going through some issues in their life, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like pat you on your back because everyone goes through issues. But the thing is, you have to understand what you can make out of the situation. And what I mean by that is that if you're going through some pain, some heartaches or whatnot, okay, why are you going through that? Because I'm gonna tell you something. People are gonna say they're going through issues, but they may be the cause of their own issues. Let's say, for example, you are dealing with a bad situation with someone that you are interested with, right? And they treat you like scum and things like that, and you know that they're doing you wrong. And you tell people, oh, this and that, this person ain't right, blah, 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 but yet you go back to them. But then you say, well, I have all these problems, this and that. Now, maybe you're trying to say to yourself you can fix that person. I've learned, and my mom taught me, you can't fix someone. If they fixing their ways, they're fixing their ways, and you're not going to be able to step in there and fix it. And stop. I will tell you this: stop trying to do that. Stop trying to step into a situation like a relationship and tell yourself, hey, I'm going to be able to fix this person, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to do it. You're lying to yourself, and it's not your job. It's one thing I learned from Dr. Myron Golden about this. You always need to be ready to go, because when your time comes, you either going to be revealed or exposed for what you are. And if you're with someone who doesn't have their stuff together, then you need to go ahead and keep it stepping. Now, that's not saying that a person can't be friends with, right? And when I mean friends, I mean truly friends. But if you know they're going through a lot of headaches, they're going through a lot of issues, and they bring drama to the table from the get-go, that is a red flag for you. And going off of situations where it comes to life, no one say that life is going to be easy all the time. Show me where they show that at. Please show me, because it's not. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about our mindset. I know we're in 2025, and a lot of people are hollering, hooping, and hollering, things like that. The money ain't together, or they got a relationship issue or a job issue or whatever it may be. You have to be able to understand that you're not the only one in this situation. No one's the only one in the situation. And I would tell you, the main thing that you got to focus on is your attitude. If you always waking up and saying, well, damn, I got to keep doing this, I got to keep doing this, there's a few options that you got to do. Now, number one thing is understand what is the main thing that you want out of this life. Not what you want out of the job, but what you want out of this life. If you say to yourself, I only got 50 more years to go, or 10 years left in my life, where do I want to see myself at the end of the point? Do I want to see myself suffering? Because to me, I don't want to do that. I know a lot of people don't want to do that. And the second thing, if I got to do A, B, C, and D, meaning that I got to make some sacrifices to get to where I want to be at, am I willing to do that? That may be for you who say, hey, I want to lose weight by summertime, I want to get fit. Okay, are you willing to cut back on the drinking? Are you willing to cut back on the fatty foods? Are you willing to get your ass in the gym and make things happen? Because that's not something where you just say it and then it just magically happens. That's the same thing with prayer. People will sit there and pray, beg to God or whatnot, and say, God, make me skinny. God, give me this and that. And God gives you the tools. I'm going to prove it to you. I know a friend, like I always talked about here, a friend who was born with a disability. And she is considered my favorite little artist. And that's literally what her title is. She's made beautiful paintings. You may have seen them in some of my videos with Wakanda, with Harriet Tubman, with my old high school, my old college, North Carolina A&T State University. And I never heard her sit there and complain. You know what they told her when she was growing up, told her mom? That she was supposed to die at an early age, not even make it to teenage years. This woman been living for 40 some years, okay? If someone would told me some news like that, say, hey man, you're gonna die in a few years. What's your options? I'm gonna sit here and cry and feel bad for myself, or I'm gonna live life all the way to the fullest? Are you willing to live your life to the fullest? Because a lot of people who don't even have these disabilities like that lady has don't even live life to the fullest. They want to feel like a victim. And I'm telling you right now, no one cares about your story. You can go talk to your therapist, maybe they listen, but guess what? They listen to tons of people. It's your job to change your situation, change your attitude, being able to do the things that you need to do to get yourself to the next path of where you want to be in life. If you continue to go down a path where you're always complaining, you're always crying, things like that, you'll never make it. You will never make it in this world. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen folks go through this. What I suggest is that you need to get yourself away from the people who may bring you to influence. So if you're trying to get off certain drugs, for example, people want to smoke, do stupid stuff. It may be that you're around the wrong influence. You know, my whole upbringing was that, hey, if you see people doing this stuff, stay away from them. I know people from my old college and high school days that smoked that stuff, and they really were not happy, you know, as they got older, because a lot of opportunities would pass by because of their habit, the habit that they like to do. Another thing is that you're gonna have conflict in yourself. You're gonna have a low vibrational conflict and high vibrational conflict. The high vibration is basically you striving to do things. You're putting in work day in, day out. That bad vibration, or that low vibration, is gonna try to tell you, hey, you could take a day off. And everyone goes through that every day. I sometimes struggle with that. We say, hey, you could take a day off from working out, or you don't have to really put in your videos, like you know, no one's gonna care. You have to wrestle that demon out of you. You have to beat it down. You have to go forward. Now, I'm not saying you can't take days off on striving to be perfection, but when you're starting off, you don't really take no days off. You keep going. You beat that nonsense into your head. It may take you 30 days to go through this. It's one thing that I learned is that it takes 30 days to make a habit or break a habit. And you gotta be around positive energy. You gotta be around the positive influences. Whether that's you listening to a motivational speaker, whether that's you reading a book or reading the Bible itself, if that's you having a conversation with God, talking about the things that you're gonna do, or the things that you want to have happen, not begging, but just stating what you want to have, what you're affirming. Those things will happen to you. I know when I started my journey so long ago, it was just like first crying, things of that sort, but then strength built up. And I'm telling you, when it comes to your loneliness time, you either gonna fall or you're gonna rise. And you gotta make a decision on what you're gonna do. No one can be there for you. Not your mama, not your sister, not your brother, not your uncles, aunts, niece, nephews, whoever, boyfriend, girlfriend. This is a journey that you have to take on your own. You may pick up people who are going in that same direction, but ultimately this journey is on your own. And what I say for that is that when I started my business online, I had a lot of folks who talked the good game, but when it came down to it, they didn't do it. Now, if I would have waited for them to do my journey for my business, my entrepreneurship skills and whatnot, I'd be still sitting here wasting time. And one thing that you do not have is time. I hate when people say, I take care of it later, or I do it tomorrow. Those certain things are like acid to me, because how do you determine that you're gonna make it tomorrow? You have to live your life as if it's the last time that you're gonna be here. This is gonna be your last night or your last day or wherever it may be. And you gotta go for the fullest. And I always tell people this, grade yourself. You have to be the greatest critic of anything. You gotta be more critical than your boss. You gotta be more critical than your co-workers, your friends, wife, kids, or whatever. You have to be really extra critical. And people say, you just don't need to be going. 9 times out of 10 too on that, a lot of people don't want to see you have anything. And that may be family. Some people won't get you. They will think, oh, you're being funny, you're being odd, but they don't see where you're really going. When you know your path, nothing can take you off that path other than you or God. And if God set a path, I don't know why he would pull you off that path. I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just saying. It's 9 times out of 10 people backslide, as we say in church. They go back to their old ways, and then they have these relapses. And I'm not talking about relapse just on drugs. I'm just talking about life in general. They get afraid of change. Whenever they say, hey, you're gonna get a new job, what do we feel? You feel that feeling in your stomach, or you gotta go see someone, you go, oh, that feeling in the stomach. But you gotta think in a positive, because we've been taught to think bad when something's changing. We're afraid of change, but we need to embrace that change, especially change to make us better. So just take that in fact. The one final thing I will say too, guys, is that if you really looking to discover yourself, isolate yourself. I isolated myself over a year. I stopped hanging out with the friends that I used to hang out with, and I really understood, like, hey, what do I really want out of life? If I was to die today, would I be happy with where I was at? And what do we need to do to get ourselves to the next level? And I'm telling you guys, once you get yourself away from people, that's when all the creativity comes in, because you're not influenced by anyone or anything. You're just focusing on what you want to have happen in your life. And I'm telling you, if you go through this process, you will see change. You can go back and look for 1 year and be like, wow, I came all the way from here. It may not be monumental. It might be something spiritual. It might be something that you wanted to see physically on yourself. Hey, I lost this weight. And for me, that was part of the whole thing too. I lost over 25 pounds during this whole period. And then I start making better networks. I start running my business a lot better. And I start speaking more on a camera to let it out. And to me, when I do these videos to let out what I feel and capture it on the screen. Because once it's out, it's out. It's a lot of things that people don't do that they should be doing, or they wait too late. Don't be one of those folks. So guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Where do you see yourself at? Are you truly happy with where you want to be in life, or you're just gonna let life pass you by? It's been a minute since we did these videos, but guys, I'm back, and we're gonna start posting them more and more often. Again, guys, if you want to see more content, check out this stuff over here, and definitely make sure you subscribe. Again, my name is Mr. Luke Evan Brooks, and I see you on the other side. Take care.